Okay. Last time we just ended with this sentence here, where he saw the kids poking the turtle, said, "Hey, leave them kids alone." And he saved it. I see the kanji for turtle right there. Okay. So we are right there. And I'm just going to try and jump straight into this. I see there's a comma here. Oh, another comma? Dang. We got like a compound sentence here. Whew. Okay, let me try my hardest. I just realized I'm recording in 60 FPS. Dang it! It's going to be a big video on my storage. Okay. Is that his name right there? Yeah. Wait, is it? Just Taro. Yeah. So we got Taro ga kame no ko te ni no sete mai no mizu no naka ni moroshite yaru to. Okay. So Taro, baby turtle, his hand in, and then it looks like what? What does that mai mean? Well, it's not part of Mainichi. What does it mean? Does it say? I think it only says in every day, but oh, that's not mai, that's umi. Okay, they just look very similar. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's umi right there. Okay. So we got Taro ga kame no ko te ni no sete umi no mizu no naka ni moro shite yaru to. Okay, so Taro, baby turtle, his hand in, and then looks like in the water of the sea, because we got like what umi means, ocean or sea. Sea, ocean, yeah. We got umi no mizu no naka ni. So that's like the ocean's waters inside, which seems like a just overly complicated way of saying in the ocean. But I don't know. Anyways, and I'm assuming, so what does this verb mean? Modo. I'm assuming it means like to put him there. I'm assuming it means he put him in the water's ocean's middle, which is what this whole string of possessives mean. I'm assuming anyway. What do we got here? Oh wow, where are we in the glossary? We're starting to get down the page here. So te means hand. Yeah, I knew that one, surprisingly. Yeah, I knew like actually quite a lot of those in that string. Noseru. Where's that? Right there. Noseru. Which means to place on, and modos means to return. Okay, so Taro ga kame no ko te ni nosete umi no mizu no naka ni modoshite yaru to. So he took him in his hand and returned him to the water? I guess, right? Yeah. And what? Oh, I'll try and finish this. Oh man, it's like a 3-part sentence. Yeah, let's keep going before I check the English over here. We've got kame no ko wa yoroko Where does that? Yorokonde. Kora kara. Kubi ya teashi o dashite. Wow, that was a very dense phrase there. So the baby turtle, yorokonde. Yorokonde. What does that mean? What does that mean? Yorokobu, to be delighted. So it became yorokobu to yorokonde. Okay, interesting. What's next? Kora kara. Kora, the hard upper shell of a turtle. Okay. Of course. Oh man. Okay, so we got some yaws here. Is that a list forming? No, there's just one. Well, it might be just a list of two. So, kubi means neck. And then we got teashi, which means what? Te is hand, but what is the rest of that? Just teashi, hands, arms, and feet, legs, limbs. Okay. And dasu, to take something out. Okay, so what do we got here? Kame no ko wa yorokonde kora kara kubi ya teashi o dashite. So the baby turtle was delighted, and from his shell, his head and arms came out, I suppose is what that's saying. And then sui sui to oyogi hajimemashite. Okay. So that's like to begin or whatever. And what is that? Oyogi. So I see that sui is like a onomatopoeia for swimming smoothly. Okay, oyogu is to swim. So he began swimming, I suppose, because the hajimemashite. Hajimemashita, actually. So, okay. So we've got Taro ga kame no ko te ni nosete umi no mizu no naka ni modoshite yaru to. Kame no ko wa, oh man, yorokonde. Kora kara kubi ya teashi o dashite. Sui to oyogi hajimemashite. So Taro took the baby turtle in his hand, returned it to the ocean. The baby turtle was delighted, and from his shell came out his head and legs, and he began smoothly swimming. Okay, let's check the translation. He took it in his hand and returned it to the water. The turtle was happy, and it popped its head and legs out of its shell and started to swim with no trouble at all, returning to the bottom of the sea. Oh. So what? So, looks like it's obviously ordered a little bit differently, I suppose, in the translation. Because this sentence is kind of last. So this must mean when we got umi no mizu no naka ni. That must be the bottom of the sea, but interesting. Interesting. What's this last sentence? Soshite. Which means like then, I think, maybe? It's not in here. Soshite umi no so no ho he. Oh, what is that? I'm supposed to know what that is. Is that to know? She? To know? Where else does that appear? Come on now. No, where is it? Where's that? What does that mean? I must have seen it already for it not to have furigana, but I don't. My first guess is that it means no, but I don't think that that's been said. What the heck does that mean? Let's check the glossary. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? To return. Modosu, to return. Okay. Soshite, umi no so no ho he. Modotte ikimashita. Okay, that actually must mean he returned to the bottom of the sea, because so no ho. I know that ho is like direction. And we got the seas something. So that might mean bottom of. Soko, bottom. Yes, beautiful. Okay, I see. So that means that the water, that umi no mizu no naka ni really does mean the water. Right on. And that makes more sense because I would think returning to the bottom of the ocean would use de as the particle, not ni, because it'd be more directional, but this uses he, which is kind of interchangeable, I think. Something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about clearly. All right, that was I guess actually 2 sentences, but one of them was really long. Okay, I'm just gonna make myself read that one more time. We got what? Where'd that start at? Taro ga kame no ko o te ni. Okay. Taro ga kame no ko o te ni nosete umi no mizu no naka ni modoshite yaru to kame no ko wa yorokonde kora kara kubi ya teashi o dashite sui sui to oyongi hajimemashite. Hajimemashita. Oh my god. Soshite umi no so no ho he modotte ikimashita. Okay. He took in his hand and returned to the water. Turtle was happy, and it popped its head and legs out of its shell and started to swim with no trouble at all, returning to the bottom of the sea. Boom. Boom, bitch. All right. Poof. That was a dense little 2 sentences there. Okay, I'll get one more in here. We got sore kara ni. That's ni being used as the number 2, not as a locational particle. それからに What does this say? 3年 3年 So 3, is nen a counter for something? Okay. それからに3年経ったある日のことです。So I'm assuming それ as in like that. So from, but what does that mean? From that to, and then 3. Is that tata as in like stood up? Or some, I think that's with the kanji though. Tata aru, someday no koto desu. I don't know what that means. Let's check the glossary here. Okay. Nisan nen, 1 or 2 years. Okay, that was okay. So sore kara Nisan nen. Yes, nen is for years. Okay. So sore kara, from then, I think, from that. So like 1 or 2 years from then. Someday, something. What? Mata. Where's that? Yeah, nothing in that is in here. So I guess I'm supposed to just know what that means. What does it say? 1 day, 2 or 3 years later, Urashimantaro was once again out at sea fishing. What? Where does that all come from? That's in the next sentence. It must be combining that. So this just says, それからに 3年経ったある日のことです. That just says like 1 day, 2 or 3 years later. Is that all that it says there? And then just a period? That seems odd. I guess I'll do one more sentence here. Urashimantaro wa mata fune ni notte umi de sakana o tsutemashita. So Urashimantaro again, and fune is boat. So once again, boat ni. So he was in his boat. Note umide, at sea. Oh, sakana o tsute, fishing. Okay, so 1 day, 2 or 3 years later, he was in his boat at sea fishing again. That's weird. They just must use their periods very strangely, I guess, compared to English. Well, I mean, that was like, I guess that was 3 sentences, maybe 4, but one of them was like a big old compound sentence. So I'm quite pleased with that. And you can hear my throat is really struggling for some reason. So I'm gonna call it there.